Since the year 2000, Emerging Capital Partners has raised more than $2 billion to invest in over 50 companies across the African continent. Identifying unique opportunities and delivering returns on behalf of investors are always the priorities for the private equity investment team. From Côte d'Ivoire to Kenya, ECP picks winners.
I think ECP brings just a wealth of experience and a very strong network. We have been doing private equity now for over 12 years, and we have a lot of contacts.
Finagestion is a power and water holding company with subsidiaries in Côte d'Ivoire and Senegal, West Africa. Nairobi Java House is a casual dining chain based in Kenya, East Africa. Both companies are benefiting from ECP's expertise and investment.
We've always been very strong in Francophone West Africa, and in particular in Abidjan. We've had a presence there for well over 10 years. It's an area that had historically been underinvested in, but there's a strong demand. When you have an economy that's growing at 5 or 6%, typically the demand for electricity and water is going to be growing even higher than that. So it's from that standpoint, a good growth industry for us.
Java is a really interesting transaction for us. It is a transaction that we actually sourced through our proprietary network. Our first experience with Java was actually as a consumer of Java's products, and it was a fantastic place, and we'd often go there for meetings or to just grab a cup of joe in the late afternoon. And over the course of several years of visiting Kenya and spending a lot of time in Nairobi, we really admired the organization. We really admired the quality of the service that we consistently got there.
Wherever it can be found, ECP adds value to its investments.
At ECP, we've helped in a number of ways to grow the business there. Clearly, raising capital is a very important role that we've played in order to fund the growth. It is a controlled position for us, so we've been very active in terms of the governance and improving the governance there.
Since we invested in Java, they've added 6 additional shops. They have expanded beyond Nairobi, and they're now in 3 different cities in Kenya. And we're making significant strides towards expanding into Kampala, Uganda, which will be our first country outside of Kenya. We've recruited a former CEO and one of the most seasoned executives in the U.S. restaurant business who helped to expand Chili's from just being a U.S. company to being a multi-regional company. So we brought that person to the board of Java.
Companies value ECP's input.
From a strategic point of view, they're playing a huge role in helping us understand the scale and what's required for us to actually meet the demands of that growth, and actually giving us the confidence that actually people like this brand. They're really helping me as a CEO and founder to see a bigger picture and see where the next 5-10 years are going.
When people think of Africa, they're going to be thinking in the future about companies just like Nairobi Java House that are making a real difference to the experience of employees, to the consumer, and making a mark on the region and in Africa as a whole.